Hello everyone, VegasVic1965. This week's video is going to be on mending. If you are looking for a way to repair your gear as easy as possible, looking for some new methods because you saw my previous video, then this video is definitely for you. This is going to be to help you repair your armor, your tools, and your weapons. So without further ado, let's find out. Okay, welcome back everyone. VegasVic1965. I'm here with Noah, and we're on our on one of the servers we play on, family-friendly server, Addstar. We're looking at three ways, a number of ways. This is three different ways that you can actually get experience to repair your armor, your tools, your weapons. And Noah's kind of funky. Okay, I can't see the furnaces, buddy. But those furnaces, now you're looking at the blast furnace and you're looking at the smoker. Now they do produce and cook twice as fast as your regular furnace. However, you're only going to get, because it's twice as fast, you're only going to get half the experience. And before you actually repair anything, as you notice here, I have mending on all of these pieces here. So what the game is going to look at is each and every one of these spots as experience balls come in. So it's going to look at all four of these, your head, your chest, your leg, your boots, and also anything in your offhand. If they have mending on it, the game is going to randomly pick one of those, as well as whatever you have highlighted. If you look down at my action bar as I'm scrolling through, whatever you have highlighted in there, the game will also look at that. Now, it's just a random chance it's going to pick one of those spots. So you've got 6 spots that the game will look at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or as the action bar, 6, the sword that you have down there, which does not have mending on it. However, looking at these two pieces here, I have a diamond pickaxe with mending, and I have an axe with mending on it. I want to repair these two here. And in early game, you probably don't have a spawner, or maybe you've got a mob farm up and running, but I want to explain something when we go to those. A mob farm will work out great if you're on single player or if you're on a server where you're by yourself. As more and more people get into a multi-game server, it starts to take up the mob cap, so you're not going to get quite as many mobs as you like that'll drop down into your mob farm. So anyway, getting onto this, what I don't want the game to do is I don't want the game to look at any spots that I have mending on. So since they don't need to be repaired and there's a chance the game will look at it, I have to take those out. Obviously, you want to do this in a safe place. You don't want to attack a bunch of zombie big men trying to repair your sword with no armor on. I want to take that out too, just in case, so the game will not pick anything in these slots because I have nothing in them. The only thing it's going to look at now to repair is anything with mending in my action bar. And right now in my action bar, I've got these two, the axe and the pickaxe, and I would like to repair them. So I'm going to make sure that it's highlighted. So then the next step you'll do is you'll open up the furnace. For example, in this furnace, I believe I put cactus. We'll take a look. And once I pull that cactus out, I'm going to get experience right to that spot in my action bar. And boom, there it is. It repaired it. By the way, cactus and iron happen to be two of the greatest things that you could possibly use. Cactus more prevalent because if you can have a cactus farm to continue to get those things, if you don't have an active mob farm running for you, it is a good way to get experience. The other one we have next is going to be, let me see, well, let's do this one here. The blast furnace. Again, you're only going to get half the experience because it is twice as fast. But now we already have our pickaxe repaired, as you can see down in my action bar. So I'm going to go over to the axe. This diamond axe needs repaired. So I'm going to use the diamond axe to open up the blast furnace and pull that iron out. And there it is, it's repaired, yay! And if I had another tool to repair, I could do the same thing by highlighting the tool in my action bar that I need to repair and pull it out. Now you can also, I know on Bedrock you cannot, but you can also put an elytra in your offhand, or you can put it on your chest if you need it repaired. Just remember, if there's nothing else that you want to repair, don't have it highlighted in your action bar or have it on you. We only want the elytra mended, correct? Okay, so what we'll do now is we're going to go in here, and on our action bar, you say I have nothing selected. There's also, ooh, sounds like someone killed a wither. Yeah. And there's nothing else selected as well. So the only thing we have on us is the elytra, and it does have mending, as you can see. So let's pull the stake out and see if we can get anything repaired on that. And we'll open it up, and we did get a little bit of experience on it. Obviously, stake you're not going to get a ton on, but the iron and also the cactus you will get a lot of experience on. So that has to do with furnaces. And again, do not have any hoppers leading into any chest below there. If you do, that experience will be gone. So just remember that if you're going to set up furnaces with, let's say, cactus on a cactus farm that you're going to try and use as an experience bank, do not have any hoppers underneath there leading them into a chest. You will not get any experience. Let's move on to the next one. Right, Noah? Mm-hmm. Okay, Noah here. I mentioned in the first episode that you can also breed animals, get experience. However, it is very negligible. You will not get a whole ton of it. Noah, if you want to go ahead and feed them, go right ahead. And so these people will see that you actually can, but it's going to take a lot of feeding of a lot of animals to get that. But you do need to be in the area. If you walk away, that experience ball, as you just saw, will just sit there on the ground until somebody comes by to collect it. That's another way. Again, I mentioned that in the first video. Like I said, it is negligible. You don't get a whole lot. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, one of the other ways, if you haven't seen the other mending video that I have, is through experience bottles, and you can get those from clerics. And Noah's standing over there, but really, wherever you throw that experience bottle, the experience orbs you will get will either come to that person or to you, whoever's around the area. But you do definitely need to make sure that whatever items that have mending that you don't need repaired, take them off. Just make sure you do it in a safe place. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, for the next one, Noah and I have some damage to our armor, as you can see here. The helmet, the chest, all these pieces need to be repaired. And of course, they all have mending. Down below, you see I have a Silk Touch pickaxe and a Fortune 3 pickaxe that also need to be repaired. Now, you can repair this by using ore. Just make sure that you're in a safe place when you do mine the ore with the Fortune pickaxe, and you'll get the experience to go straight to it, provided that you take all the rest of your mending gear off. But in this case, I'm going to trade with these villagers. It is a very good way, especially if you don't have a spawner, to repair your gear. Now, I'm noticing here, I've got everything in here that I need to have repaired. So the Totem of Dying doesn't need to be repaired, but I'll put this Fortune pickaxe that needs to be repaired. I'm going to make sure that on my hotbar down here, as you can see it scrolling through, that this pickaxe that needs to be repaired is also selected. So when I go to trade with this farmer, for example, any of the villagers you trade with will work. But when I trade with him, before I do, I want to show you anything the game's going to look at, I've got it covered right now. So all these spots that the game will look at, I've got them all that need to be repaired. So let's trade him a couple things first and see. Now, I'm not going to go with a full-blown trade. I'll try a full group there, and I'm going to stop. Because now what I want to do is I want to take a look and see what was repaired. Aha! If you notice down here, the Silk Touch pickaxe was repaired. So we don't need that repaired anymore. Make sure that's not selected in your hotbar. So now what we have left, as long as down here in my hotbar that you can see scrolling, there's nothing selected. So that means the game is not going to look there because there's nothing there with mending on it. But it is going to look at the other 5 slots, the armor slots and also my offhand. So let's take a look and see what gets repaired this time around. So I'll trade the villager. I'll do another stack of potatoes. We'll come back again and stop and take a look and see if it repaired anything. Not yet. Let's do another stack. Let's see what we got. Look at the Fortune pickaxe was repaired. So now I'm going to take that out of there. So now the game is going to look at this spot, which has nothing and no mending piece, the spot in my hotbar, which has nothing there. So it won't pick those 2 spots. It's going to pick one of these spots up in here to repair. And again, it is random, so make sure nothing else in your slots that the game's going to check has anything in it that has mending. We only have 4 pieces out of the 6. Let's go trade him again. So let's trade him and see. Let's trade him some carrots this time. Did anything get repaired? Not yet. Let's take a look now. A helmet got repaired. Now, when you're getting those experience balls, they are going to one of these 4 items that you see here that need to be repaired. But some of them obviously require a lot more experience orbs to repair. So now that we got the helmet done, I don't want the game to pick that one, so I'll take it off. Now what we have left is just these 3 pieces the game will look at. These 4 slots, this slot, and of course the slot down here with carrots, and carrots doesn't have mending anyway. So let's do this some more trading and see what happens. Let's pick carrots again. Did anything get repaired? The boots did. Awesome. So anyway, you see how this works. Trading with a villager works great. And if you didn't know this, if one person is trading with a villager already, you cannot trade with that same villager. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now again, if you watched my first video on mending, you can see that what we have set up is a skeleton spawner. This is a double skeleton spawner. I have 2 spaces open here, and I have nothing there. Now, in the first video that I showed, this works wonderfully to repair your gear. However, you do need to make sure that you take any gear that does not need to be repaired, any gear that has mending that does not need to be repaired, you need to take that off. So that way, the only thing in the slots that you have, like in my hotbar down below, once again, I'm going to repeat this over and over again so you do understand. I've got nothing that needs to be repaired in my hotbar except this sword. But I'm going to leave an empty space there. And if you look at my inventory, my helmet and my boots I took off because they have mending and they do not need to be repaired. So I don't want the game to accidentally pick them. Because anything that doesn't have or does have mending on it and it doesn't need to be repaired, if the game selects that one, then the experience is going to go straight to your experience bar. So in this case, we want to repair the chest piece and we want to repair the leggings. So all we would do is take our sword and come right up here and whack these guys away until those items get repaired. Now, if your sword has mending on it too, there's another way, and I'm going to show you in just a moment a new method that I have for getting those experience orbs to stay right there where the mobs are dropping. I'm going to go jump on the Adults Play Minecraft server and show you the changes that I made that'll help you get a lot more experience out of here and be able to AFK a lot longer. A bunch of zombies sitting over there just waiting for me. Now the difference I made in the one you saw with the Skelly Farm was I've widened this out to 3 spaces. There is only one drop hole, but there is a 2 space high area on both sides here. Actually, it's 2 spaces for 3 blocks. And that way I can fit more in and I can actually go AFK, grab something, watch something, come back when they're full. And I also added in these fence gates. So no matter how wide you make this, if you add these fence gates, and I have iron trapdoors there, and the reason I have the iron trapdoors is there's no accidental clicking of the trapdoor that'll open it. If you use a wooden trapdoor, then you might accidentally open that. If you use slabs, this will not work because the experience balls will actually flow right out of the top of that. So using iron trapdoors, I'm able to successfully keep most of those experience balls back there. So let me give them a good whack. I'll back away and you can see all the experience balls, most of them anyway, are trapped up there. I have nothing that needs to be repaired in these slots. So I'm going to take them all off. And the only thing I need repaired down here, the only things I need is my shovel, which has mending, and also my axe. So I'm going to highlight one of those. Actually, I could put this in the offhand. Now, for you bedrockers, you can't do that. But this will still work. So I'm going to do it the bedrock way, where I can't put a tool in there. Unlike Java, you can. And so now the game's going to look at all these spots. There's nothing in there with mending. The game's going to look for the first mending piece it finds. And you can see here, these 2 pieces here, I'm going to have one of those selected. So let's choose the axe. We'll come right on up and see what I do for experience. And as you can see, the experience down below has picked up. We'll come back. I'll give him another whack. And we'll pick the axe again. Flows right in there. Let's pick the axe again. And you can see that's how you're going to successfully be able to keep the experience balls or experience orbs behind there. I did this. Well, guys, thank you very much for, hope you enjoyed the video that me and Noah did on Mending version number 2. I see Chaos has joined us here in Hub. We're currently on the Addstar Minecraft server, a great family-friendly server with an excellent mod staff, owners, and admins. I can't say enough good things about these guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. If you would like to subscribe for future videos, click the subscribe button. We usually make videos every Wednesday, usually done in the afternoon or evening, and have it edited and out by early Thursday morning. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we shall see you on the next video. Say goodbye, Noah.
Bye.